Welcome back to another video, and today we are doing r/legal advice. Hope you'll enjoy, press sub, like, or whatever else you think you might want to do, and let's get into it. I am not a lawyer, and I do not proclaim to be a lawyer, so please do not take any of my things completely seriously, and if you do end up taking them seriously, I am not to blame for this at all. Thank you. This is the disclaimer. After one of them killed a neighbor's cat, it ran onto my property, leading him to believe that the dog was mine. He came over with his minor daughter to yell at me. He didn't knock. He tried the knob whilst yelling at me through the door. And before I could react, he had just opened the door using a credit card and stormed into my home. I was getting ready to go to work for the evening. I had just gotten out of the shower and was waiting for my laundry to dry, so I just was in a state of undressedness. I did the best I could to cover up using objects in my kitchen, and I ordered them to leave. But he stood there yelling about being around his little naked girl. He threw an ever variant of the word pedophile at me, even that he knew. He said he was going to the land of sex offender registry and pulled out his cell phone as his daughter stormed out of my house. I'm aware of cases where an individual who was nude in their own home was hit with an indecent exposure charge because they were seen from his sidewalk, but there's no way to see into my home from the public thoroughfare. If you look into my windows facing the road, you only see the back of my pair of black curtains. The only window you can see into my home requires you to be well onto my property. When I'm indoors, the only ways you can see me, whether fully dressed or fully nude, are going onto my property 130 feet near to the nearest point of the road and looking through the window I don't keep covered. I let you in, or you force your way in. At work, I talked to a country deputy, a state trooper, and a county prosecutor. Retail in a small town. First 2 days stop almost nightly for an energy drink. The prosecutor does his shopping on the way home on Tuesday. I told him about the invasion. I would have them the entire story if we were talking to them in private, because I didn't explain something properly. They would ask for clarification. The customers, however, would have latched onto the naked with a 9-year-old in the house angle and dragged me out behind the store and hanged me from the first tree we reach, figuratively if not literally. All three asked the same question. Were the exterior doors locked? Did they cause any property damage while scanning entry? He didn't. He used a credit card to force the latch open. Did he threaten you with a weapon? No. Did you record him on your property? No, they arrived at the same response. Without property damage or video confrontation, I can't prove trespassing or unlawful entry. Since I didn't feel safe asking about the rest within earshot of customers, many of whom where I live, I ask here. Given that he bypassed a locked door without consent of the property owner and brought his daughter into the house, do I have anything to worry about from them seeing me nude before I could conceal myself? If it were just him, I wouldn't worry about it. If he would have been alone, he would have filed out on pettiness and his knowledge that as early as tomorrow morning I could get video evidence of him exposing himself in view of the public space, as he can frequently be seen urinating in front of yard without even the slightest thought towards discretion. Would keep that pettiness at bay. However, since a child is involved, especially if it's a case that goes to before a jury, that whole innocence until proven guilty thing will likely go to hang him. In the unlikely event that he's innocent, he probably did something else and he should be hanged for it. Well, yeah, you're kind of screwed in this situation because he used a credit card to open your door. There's no real proof that any lawyer is going to have that he entered because you have no cameras. So you're really screwed in this situation if he does decide to file. And it'll be another, it'll be another, what's the word? It'll be another person who's innocent in jail for no reason because people don't mind their own business. Anyway, our next post is neighbor threatening to sue over driveway. In the state of Kentucky, I just received a letter from an attorney that my neighbor retained that she stated the gravel from my driveway is washing down onto her driveway, causing problems. To give some context, his neighbor lives down the bottom of a hill where we live. There's a house between our houses, one above mine, that we all share a gravel roadway with. The section in front of our house is on our property line, as is the section in front of our other neighbor's garage. Before we moved here, one of the neighbors told me they tried to get the country to come out and blacktop the road and make it a country road, but the other neighbor who was filing suit refused to sign it, and let them, since we all shared the same easement. Also, the section in front of the driveway is a blacktop. Not really sure what to do since this all seems kind of crazy to me. Paying to have the road blacktop would cost me a fortune. Any of us would be appreciated. I've read another story before like this, but I don't really know what to do about it because really, if you don't want to pay the fortune, she can't really, I don't know what she could really file for. There's nothing illegal that's being done there. You don't have any control over the gravel sliding. But then again, this my law degree that I don't have could be coming in hand here, because I don't know completely. So anyway, our next post is my teen son's friend has been abandoned by his family and has been living with us for the last few weeks. What should I do? First off, I totally love this kid. He's been an amazing friend to my entire family. However, his mother and stepfather recently split up due to his stepfather cheating on his mother's recent addiction to drugs. He has grown up in an abusive household and underweight as they never fed him. 3 weeks ago, she dropped him off at our house to stay the night, and she hasn't returned. At this point, it's just the best thing for him, and he is in no way an inconvenience. He is totally welcome to stay here. However, he has one set of clothes, and I've been trying to reach his family to get stuff, but nobody is responding. I really don't know where to start. I want to call the police to get his things, but I don't want him to get replaced into a foster home. He's very fragile state, and I wouldn't want him to do that. Where do I start? What should I be looking for? I have no way of getting him help because I am not his legal guardian. I really want to get him some counseling to help with school. So, how do I help him? He's currently 15. If that helps, and we live in Wisconsin, I think is what that is. Any help would be much appreciated. Update. Thank you for the outpouring of support. I drove him to his house and spoke with his mother. His mother told me he had 10 minutes to get everything he needed to get out. So I got to deal with a very hurt child this morning. I think the resounding answer here was to get a family lawyer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down and document everything I saw. I'm I'm also going to ask that he do the same. He is a teenager and deserves a stable environment, which I believe my family can provide. So, the end game is that we get temporary custody of him until he is an adult. My son has been great through this entire thing and has really stepped up to show him how caring he is. Without him, I wouldn't know half the stuff going on. I guess we gained a new family member today. I'm happy that he's here, yet disappointed in the situation. Well, I'm glad you figured it out, because that would have just sucked to find anything about. Like, the way that he was dropped off is just horrible. There was no need for him to be dropped off that way. Nobody deserves to be done like that. And anyway, people really need to learn how to treat people better, and maybe get drugs out of the system of literally everybody in the world. Yeah, anyway. And that stepdad's a dick for cheating, but whatever. I hope y'all had a good day. I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Peace.
I saw an old man get hit by a train. He didn't see it in the pouring rain.